Welcome back to Stefan Bell's story in Munster. So when we left off last episode, we were halfway through the season, just a few days out from a pretty winnable game against Braunschweig. We actually only have 3 more games before the January transfer window, and even though we have almost no budget left to spend, we do need to start planning for that window too. We actually have some pretty good news in our email inbox straight away. Meyerhofer is finally available. We got him injured in his very first preseason game way back in July, and finally now we're in November, he has returned to the team to be our star right wing back. Anyway, into this game against Braunschweig, we do some more nice passing. This is starting to become a real feature between Winter, Hartmann and Konate. So we're doing a lot of tiki-taka, trying to get the ball forwards and moving as fast as possible. We get the ball out wide still, of course, though. Hartmann could have scored. Is it going to fall in? Off the crossbar and saved by Hoffmann. We are absolutely on top in this game so far. Buchama running through the middle. He's got Rayner out wide. He finds him. The low ball across, and Seidel is never going to miss that one. He's tapped it straight in. It's a good finish, and I think one of his first goals of the season for the massive guy. He looks like a target man, but he's actually really weak and has basically no stamina. And you can see there, his second chance, he really could be making that 2-0. Now time for a Braunschweig attack. They get the ball into the box. I think that's their first shot on target, and it's their first goal of the game, the equaliser, with 85 minutes gone. I'm not sure Braunschweig and I'm not sure Preussen Munster really care too much about the results though, because Braunschweig are easily mid-table and Preussen Munster are actually in 6th position. This is really going to give their manager some real attention. In the week before January, we got this email from Hertha Berlin. They were probably impressed with our style of play when we played them a few weeks ago, so they offered us their job. We accept. This series is all about Stefan Bell and his journeyman career to get to the top of German football, so this is a massive step forwards. Look how much better their team is than our old one. Promotion should absolutely be possible this season. To make things even better, they've promised us a massive signing, and they already had it arranged before we even joined. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will be playing for Hertha Berlin in the 2nd division this season. Because there's no more games before the transfer window even opens, we also signed Karim Konate from our previous club. They get a big improvement on what they paid for him, and we get the best strike force in the league. Konate and Aubameyang could be absolutely lethal at this level. We were actually so confident in our squad, we didn't make a single other signing for the entire January transfer window. We spent a lot of money on our academy, and we set ourselves up ready for if we were promoted, then we would have a decent squad, but we didn't really need to sign any more first team players. Of course, all the talk in this game, the first one against Braunschweig, a team we only just played with Preussen Munster, was about Bell, but also we had 2 strikers who also wanted to prove a point. Konate would get the ball first. Aubameyang hasn't even touched it before Konate has scored one of the goals of the season. I think that's better than anything we scored at Preussen Munster. So 3 minutes into our first match with Hertha Berlin, that's a really good omen. It looks like Stefan Bell is still trying to use the park the bus philosophy, but the Hertha Berlin squad is so much better that there is a little bit more free-flowing attack going forwards. Aubameyang smashing a shot wide, but the amount of chances we had in this first half was absolutely insane. We could have really scored that one, another nice long-range effort, before Reese had this chance, which again could easily have found the top corner. Of course, these guys aren't quite as good as Aubameyang, and he proved his quality by scoring one that's probably even better than Konate. So let me know which one you preferred in the comments below, but for me, I think it's probably Aubameyang. I mean, look how far out he is, 40 yards, 0.14 XG, straight in the top corner. There is nothing that anyone could do about that. Of course, parking the bus does always come at risks as we slowly drop back and back, but we didn't drop back far enough, and just like in the game against us before, they have one shot and they score. So was it going to be backs to the wall performances now for Hertha Berlin, or were they made of stronger stuff? Well, Braunschweig keep attacking. They get the ball out wide. That's a real weakness for us, the fullbacks. The rebound falls to their striker, and they really could have been level. It's a great save from our goalkeeper, something that I don't think our old goalkeeper would have got anywhere near. Mao Leader gets the ball out wide. Ivanov trying to jockey him out. He gets around him, gets the cross in, and Reese again. He could have had 2 or 3 goals himself. This could have been an absolute demolition. With just a couple of seconds left, Hertha Berlin look like they are going to hold on. Just like in his first game at Preussen Munster, it looks like Stefan Bell is getting 3 points and his first game in the capital city. Wow, that's a great start there for Stefan Bell, getting 3 points and hopefully starting a little bit of a rebuild here at Hertha Berlin. It looked like all of the transfers that he's made, Konate and Aubameyang, both of them absolutely paying off. Berlin need to get back to the top division because look at the signings other Bundesliga teams are doing. You've seen Bruno Fernandes going to Bayern, Griezmann to Dortmund. There's so much money sloshing around in the Bundesliga and Hertha Berlin absolutely need it. Next up was a game against one of the newly promoted teams, Saarbrücken. Hertha Berlin should have absolutely no issues in this match, surely, as one of the best teams in the league. Well, some dogged defending there just about kept Saarbrücken out, but they get another chance, another great slide tackle. Hopefully that wasn't a sign of things to come in this game. I don't think any Stefan Bell sides actually scored a free kick, but we did come quite close there before Aubameyang linked up with Konate. Konate onto the 6-yard box, calmly smashed underneath the goalkeeper, and that's going to be the 1-0 lead. But Saarbrücken are a little bit of a bogey team. We had to try and keep them out. They're one of the worst teams in the league, but they always seem to score a goal when you least want them to do it. I hate near post finishes, and the goalkeeper really should be doing a little bit better than that. We brought on some subs. Maulida gets the ball out wide. Can he pull it back? He can, but the striker can't quite get a foot on it. A few seconds later, Maulida gets a similar chance, but this time he goes for the shot, and this time it goes out for a goal kick, so it's going to end 1-1. Kind of an unfortunate draw, not really what we need when we're playing against one of the worst teams in the league. We'll just have to take the draw and accept that we still have a bunch of games coming up for the rest of the season. In fact, we're going to show highlights from a bunch of them right now. We're not going to go super in depth into some of these games, but started off against Kaiserslautern, a good penalty. Aubameyang, Serdar linking up, making it 2-0 within 20 minutes. That game was pretty much formality after the first half. Fortuna Düsseldorf got boomed out of it by Konate, getting a header from a corner and then a shot from a breakaway. So that was also a game that was pretty much done by the hour mark. It's great, it gives us a chance to bring off some of our good players, and you can see we're starting to shoot up the league right there, already in 4th place. Of course, the next game against 1860 Munich, the villain of last season, Stefan Bell, not a fan of 1860 Munich, and Konate put them to the sword, scoring the winner really early on in that game. So another win for us, and we're on a bit of a streak. Next up was Nuremberg, a good team. Again, Konate smashing the ball past their goalkeeper. We've really worked out how to use Konate well in this tactic. Get him in behind, get him finishing shots, and you'll get goals from him. That one ended 1-0. Next up was a game against Paderborn, Aubameyang winning the penalty, taking the penalty and scoring the penalty before Reese got even closer than the last time. We did nearly score that first free kick, but we're finally into a potential playoff spot. But this is the big match. No more montage right now. We're going in depth into this one because it's not only Stefan Bell's return, but also Karim Konate's return to play against Preussen Munster. Aubameyang pressing high, wins the ball. We know the goalkeeper's not very good. We've got full experience with bats in our net, so we knew anything on target was going in, and that's the 1-0 lead within 3 minutes. Konate looked like he was in. He got around Koch, but somehow the referees brought that back for an advantage. He gave us the free kick, but we really did get quite disadvantaged from that one instead. This is the kind of shot that bats can deal with, and that's the only kind of shot that bats can deal with. If you compare that to the kind of shots that our goalkeeper can save now, like this one and this one, then you can see the massive improvement that having Gersbeck between the sticks has proved for Stefan Bell. We get the ball out wide. Maulida, we're still in the first half. This has been such an entertaining game. Aubameyang hitting the crossbar. What a finish that would have been. His finesse shot play style really coming in clutch quite a lot throughout this season already. His long shots are also pretty good and forced another good save there from Bats. Finally, Konate would get his goal from a corner. He doesn't even want to celebrate, and to be honest, we shouldn't be too happy about scoring this because if it wasn't for Preussen Munster, we wouldn't even be the manager of Hertha Berlin right now. Anyway, the chances keep coming. This time it's Reese out wide, cutting inside, and the goalkeeper's not saving that, but we actually missed the goal entirely. The game's going to end 2-0, and not only have we destroyed Preussen Munster, that could easily have been 4-5-0. So we have come a long way. We got Preussen Munster into the top 6. How far can we get Hertha Berlin with the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang leading the line? Well, we actually only have 3 games left in the season, so we're going to find out pretty soon how well we can finish the season with Hertha Berlin. The first one's this one against Heidenheim. They're the team in 3rd, and actually if we win this match, we are going to officially be promoted. So we still have stuff to play for, of course. We want the title right now. We're Hertha Berlin. We deserve the title. But we know if we win this one match, then we're going to get up no matter what happens. So when Aubameyang sticks a shot like that straight in the top top corner, you know it's possibly going to be our day. I mean, what a finish that is. He scored so many bangers already, and he's only been at the club for a few months. He gets a second goal right there. He really is a big game player for us. You know, we have players like Konate, they can score regularly, but when it really matters, we know we can trust Aubameyang with penalties or any kind of finish into the box. It looked like we had a decent chance right there, but Konate just strayed offside. We were getting balls into the box, really good balls too. I can tell you how good this front two is so much for so long, but I don't think target men is one of their strengths. Anyway, just before the game was going to end, we got an unlucky couple of bounces, but our goalkeeper kept the ball out. He would rush out from the corner, grab it, and that was it. Hertha Berlin had officially been promoted. We were only 5 points ahead in the table, but Heidenheim would play the game before us, and that meant that we were promoted before we played this one against Hanover. If we won this one, we had a real good chance of getting the title. So again, we were trying to get that early goal. We had a nice shot there after 9 minutes. Karbaunik bursting down the wing gets the cross in, and Rees is actually a lot better in the air than either of our strikers, so thank God he was in the box and he had the right finish for the right job. What a header that was, and he's put us 1-0 up in a really important game. It's good to see our players are still determined and try and win the ball. We're not just resting on our laurels. Our defending is a little bit suspect in this game. I mean, there's a real likely chance that Hanover could have scored a goal like that, but when they're doing mazy runs like that, we have our goalkeeper. We know if we can't tackle them, the goalkeeper's going to be there. Until we do something like that, where we just chip the ball straight over his head. He's tried to slide tackle it because of course he can't use his hands, and it's equal. So we had to push on. We were going all out attack trying to get this win. Konate ran straight down the middle, and he has put us ahead. So we have about 15 minutes now to hang on. If we hang on here, I think we'll only need a single point from our last game to be crowned champions. So this was super important that we did hold on. Aubameyang tried to extend our lead to 3-1. His finesse shots not quite coming off in this game. Some calamity defending at the end right there. We were so desperate to get the 3 points in this one, and thank God we did. We've got a 4-point lead, but Darmstadt have a game in hand. They would be playing their game one day after us, so let's see how they got on. They were playing against Braunschweig, and they drew, which meant that we needed a single point from this last game because all they can get is 3, and we're 3 ahead. If we get 3 points, we've got the title. If we get 1 point, we've got the title. If we lose, then they have to win for them to get the title. So it was absolutely in our hands. We do have a bit of a habit to play quite nervously, so we needed to get an early goal. Rees into the box and the ball into the net. So that was absolutely our early goal. 1-0 up. We talked about Aubameyang being a clutch player, but I think Rees is one of the bigger clutch players in our squad. Going off overall, he's probably one of the players we'd want to replace if we did get promoted, but off his performances in these last 2 crucial games, I don't think that we can justify getting rid of him. Anyway, as Greuther Fürth kept pushing on and on, they had chance after chance. They were recycling the ball around the box. They were doing turn shots. After the second half, it absolutely continued as well. Heil, do you remember him? He played for us last season, blasting a ball just wide of the net. We'd have one of our few attacks right here. The ball falling to Rees yet again, but his finesse shot going into the stands. It was getting really nervous right now. Of course, a draw is still good, so when our defense blocked that shot and the goalkeeper recovered to save the second one, we decided we were going to go for a second goal. A triple sub bringing on 3 attacking players, including the former manager's son. And Dardai would get straight into the action, bursting down the wing. He cut inside, gave it to Prevliak. His shot was bounced into Rees, and there it was. With 1 minute to go, we're 2-0 up, and we only need a single point. So we are basically already crowned champions. What a performance it was from the entire team. Since we took over, we got about 13 wins from 16 games. Absolutely insane. And Stefan Bell has become a hero in Berlin already. So this is the team lifting the trophy. Let me know any suggestions for transfers in the Bundesliga. If you want to leave them in the comments, that would be absolutely helpful. I need all of you to be my scouts because it's going to be a massive jump forward and we're going to get a massive budget as well. Of course, Hertha Berlin are always one of those teams that gets massive budgets in the Bundesliga, so we're going to be able to strengthen a lot. Hopefully you'll subscribe, hopefully you'll come back if you want to watch that video, and hopefully you'll enjoy it just as much as hopefully you enjoyed this one too. So thank you for watching. That's the final table, and if you're interested to see where Preussen Munster finished, they did survive in 14th place, and maybe we'll see some players moving between Hertha Berlin and Preussen Munster next season. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Cheers and goodbye.